Welcome to BRAINWAVES podcast. I'm your host, Amo the Great. Today, we're diving into a word that's as poetic as it is profound. Nefelibata. Even the way it sounds feels magical. If you've never heard of it, don't worry. This word isn't commonly used in English. It comes from Portuguese and translates to something like cloud walker, or one who treads the clouds. That's right. In essence, it describes someone who lives in the realm of dreams, imagination, and creativity, untethered by the conventions of reality. It's a term often associated with poets, free thinkers, and those who dare to live outside societal norms. Before we dig deeper into what it means to be an Nefelibata, let's take a step back and look at where this word comes from. The word Nefelibata has its roots in Portuguese, combining two Greek-derived words, Nefeli, meaning cloud, and Bates, meaning a walker or a trader. It's believed the term gained popularity in the 19th century through the Romantic literary movement in Portugal and Brazil. Romanticism was all about rejecting rigid structures and embracing emotions, individuality, and the sublime beauty of nature. The term Nefelibata resonated with poets and writers who saw themselves as dreamers navigating the ethereal realms of imagination. Interestingly, Nefelibata is also linked to a group of writers in Portugal called the Geração Nefelibata, or the Cloud Walker generation. These authors pushed back against realism and sought to elevate the beauty of abstract and realist thought. In that sense, the word is more than just a label. It's an ethos, a way of being. So, who exactly qualifies as a Nefelibata? Let's paint a picture. Imagine someone who walks through life with their head in the clouds, constantly dreaming and creating, often indifferent to the societal expectations. Exactly. They might be artists, writers, or anyone who feels most at home in their imagination. It's not about escapism, but about prioritizing inner creativity over external conformity. One of my favorite examples is Vincent van Gogh. He struggled to fit into the norms of his time, but remained deeply connected to his art and innovation. He is a quintessential Nefelibata, unafraid to embrace his unique perspective, even when it means being misunderstood. Another example could be J.K. Rowling. She famously imagined much of the Harry Potter universe while living through financial struggles. Her ability to stay rooted in a creative world despite external challenges embodies the spirit of Nefelibata. And let's not forget that being a Nefelibata isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it means being labeled as impractical or eccentric. Society often values conformity over creativity, which can make it challenging for dreamers to thrive. But that's the beauty of the word. It celebrates those who dare to be different, who find meaning in dreams rather than metrics. In a world that often feels hyper-focused on productivity and efficiency, the idea of being a Nefelibata might seem countercultural. We live in an age where hustle culture dominates, and people are constantly told to chase tangible results. But what about intangible joys? What about the magic of simply dreaming and creating for the sake of it? This is when a Felibata mindset becomes so important. It reminds us to prioritize creativity, individuality, and emotional depth. In many ways, these dreamers are the ones who inspire innovation and cultural progress. Some of the most groundbreaking ideas, whether in art, science, or philosophy, came from people who dared to think differently. Think about figures like Albert Einstein, who famously said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." He was an Felibata in his own right, dreaming up theories that reshaped our understanding of the universe. So, how can our listeners embrace their inner Felibata? What does it look like to tread the clouds in everyday life? Great question. For starters, give yourself permission to dream. Carve out time to explore your imagination, whether that's through journaling, painting, or simply daydreaming. And don't be afraid to step outside societal norms. Being an Felibata often means questioning the status quo and creating your own path. It's about valuing your inner world as much as the outer one. It's also about finding a balance. While it's important to dream, it's equally vital to stay connected to reality in a way that supports your well-being. Think of it as planting one foot on the clouds and the other on solid ground. I love that image. It's not about escaping reality, but about enriching it with the beauty of your imagination. So, whether you identify as a fully fledged Felibata or simply admire the concept, we hope today's episode inspires you to embrace your creativity and live life with a touch of whimsy. Dream big, tread softly, and remember, there is magic in the clouds. Thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. Until next time, keep wondering. Adios.